Chris Doyle is a Middle East commentator and the director for the Council of Arab-British Understanding. He joins me now live from London. Chris, great to have you here with us. Now, more than 150 UN workers have been killed in Gaza without any significant Western reaction. Yet now, based on unproven allegations by Israel that 12 UNRWA workers were involved in October 7 attacks on Israel, many Western nations have swiftly suspended support for the agency, which many would argue means punishing the entire population of Palestine and tens of thousands of UNRWA employees. So tell me, does this rapid response indicate a double standard in the Western community's approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
There is definitely a massive, massive double standard in all of this. I think far from suspending aid to UNRWA, as 9 countries, including the UK, have done, they should actually be increasing aid to UNRWA as the agency best placed to get aid distributed to the hundreds of thousands in Gaza. 500,000 plus are starving, according to the World Food Programme. So they should be actually increasing aid. They should also be crediting UNRWA for its staff for the extraordinary work that it's been carrying out in the toughest conditions imaginable, where, as you rightly say, over 150 of their staff have been killed. They've put themselves in harm's way to reach the most vulnerable. And this is it's more than a kick in the teeth. It really is extraordinary that the way that these donor states have reacted. They should have also welcomed the fact that UNRWA itself, its leadership, took immediate action when evidence that 12 of their staff members may have participated in attacks came forward, and they terminated their employment. They didn't even just suspend them, and initiated an investigation. It's not clear what more they are meant to have done, but to do this is unconscionable, and there is a clear suspicion amongst many, I can't say whether it's right or wrong, that this was done in part to distract from the determination by the International Court of Justice, the World Court, that Israel could be plausibly seen to be committing a genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza. So is this the reaction? Because actually, by cutting aid right now, you're actually promoting those very conditions. You're actually bringing about an even greater chance that this might actually be genocide in Gaza.
Now, Chris, considering the mixed reactions from different countries, with some like Ireland and Norway continuing their support, while others like the United States and the UK have halted funding, what do you think could be the possible implications from these divergent approaches towards UNRWA?
Well, first of all, let us hope that those states, those donor countries, and particularly the United States, because it is by far and away the largest donor to UNRWA, are able to restore funding very quickly, that it won't have anything more than a short-term impact. I think that they need to specify exactly what UNRWA has to do right now for that aid to be restored. And that's not clear at all, because UNRWA has taken what I think any responsible organization should have done, the appropriate steps of terminating the contracts of the staff and initiating an investigation. But you really do have to wonder what they have to do. You get to wait for the full outcome of an investigation in such circumstances. It's utterly preposterous and irresponsible. The implications on the ground in terms of the humanitarian situation for the Palestinians in Gaza is acute, but it also is going to have a major impact on those other fields of activity. Of course, UNRWA is operational in the West Bank. It's operational in Lebanon and Syria and Jordan. The needs are extraordinary there. And we are in a situation, of course, where regional tensions are so high that it's not, unfortunately, beyond the bounds of thinking that we could have a war between Hezbollah and Israel, a full-scale war, as opposed to the medium intensity conflict we have at the moment. And that in itself will have an impact on the refugee camps, the Palestinian refugee camps in Lebanon as well. So you're going to cut funding at this stage, where UNRWA responsibly should be preparing for such eventualities and such emergencies. I cannot think of any good reason to justify what they are doing.
Fascinating insights into the topic. Chris Doyle, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.